Hey guys, welcome to the arcade and thank you very much for joining me. Now, over the last few weeks and months I've been trying to make this area feel more like an authentic arcade, and the way I've been doing that is just been picking up some decorations, some little bits and pieces that I can add in here just to make it feel less like a garage and more like an arcade. So I thought what I would do today is just run through some of the things that I've picked up and added in here as bits of decor and things to just make it feel a bit more like that 80s arcade that we all remember. So I will go through this and I'll start at the cheapest and work my way up. So if you're looking for something quite cheap, start at the beginning of this video and see what you find. If you have a bit more money to play with, then certainly watch on and see what you think. Anyway, let's get started. First thing we've got here is a nice little tin sign. Now I picked this up off Amazon for about £4. You can see it's kind of small. It's on the edge of my cupboards. Now I do have a few posters and things that I've picked up for free, but you can't beat a good tin sign. You can get larger ones which are more expensive. You can get ones that are different styles for different games. I will put links to all of these things in the description of the video. But I do love Outrun and it sits beside my racing cabinet, so I thought that was a good place for it. And it does look well up there. Now the one thing is it didn't come with holes pre-drilled for mounting it, so I had to do that myself, but that was an easy thing to accomplish. And yeah, I think it looks really well up there. So it is a cheap thing to add, and you can get multiple ones for different games. I've seen ones for Mortal Kombat, I've seen ones for Paperboy. Like I say, different sizes mean different prices, but for the one I've picked up it was $3.99, and it does add just a little bit to the decor of the arcade, I think. Next up are this pack of 6 neon glow-in-the-dark paints. Now they are currently on sale for $13.99. When I picked them up they were $10.99, and I did have a £5 Amazon voucher to use, so I got them quite cheap. And the idea behind this is I wanted that sort of neon arcade retro rug or carpet that you would have seen in countless numbers of arcades. Unfortunately, when I went looking for those rugs, they were either really expensive or the ones that were of decent looking quality versus expense didn't ship to Northern Ireland, so that's always been a big issue of mine, that not a lot of companies ship over here. So picked this up thinking maybe I could do something with the paint, and it did work quite well. I kind of went in sections and just put little blobs and designs onto the floor using the various neon paint. Now, in order to make best use of this, you will need a black light at least. Now you can pick up these quite cheaply and you can mount them onto the ceiling or the walls or wherever you might have, and they kind of make that pop. Now I don't have a black light, I'm using something else which I'll come to later in the video, but you can see from here that the colors really do pop when the various shades of light hit it, and I think it worked out really well. Again, it's quite cheap and it adds a fair amount to the arcade. It gives it that retro feel, especially during the night when I usually have the arcade going. The dim lights really allow the neon colors to pop. I'm really happy with them. The next one on the list is a little bit annoying because it's my Pac-Man neon light, and I absolutely love it. I picked it up for about 20 quid back when. Unfortunately, the one I got is no longer offered. I did have a link to a different one, a more modernized one, but now when I go back to it, it's also showing as currently unavailable. So I guess we can still talk about the neon signs. They're not neons, they're LED strips that have been put inside a tube, and they do look really cool. I love the fact that my Pac-Man one is sitting right above Pac-Man. It's a perfect placement for it. I really do like the way it looks. It's USB powered and it has an independent on-off switch on the wire itself. There are a number of different neon sign type things that you can pick up, all for different game types, different designs. There's even ones out there that will sort of customize ones for you as well. Now these jumping up and down in price. Like I say, when I picked up the Pac-Man one, it was about 20 quid, but unfortunately that one is not available anymore. I will put a bit of a link for a neon sign search. You can have a little look at some of the offerings on there. Perhaps you'll find something that you'll like, who knows. Moving to the next item on the list, and we're starting to go up the price point a little bit, is the Pixu Max from De Vroom. I hope I'm saying those right, I'm not entirely sure. Now, you're probably looking at between £90 and £100 for one of these things. However, there are different models. The one I have here is the Pixu Max, which is a 32 by 32 LCD or LED display. Now you can get a larger one, you can get a smaller one now. So have a look, see what your budget is. I definitely think they are a lovely little addition. They're programmable by the community. If you go on to the app that you get as part of the purchase, you can have a look at what people have been making. All of the ones that I have running on here have been made by members of the community, and I just did a quick search for arcade and you'll find hundreds and hundreds of. You can be more specific. It doesn't have to be for arcade. People have been going out and doing these kind of pixel arts for all kinds of different categories. It's a great little thing just to have running over to the side, just displaying a couple of little arcade style pixel arts or animations. Like I say, you get the app with it, so it's very easy to navigate. It is battery powered and chargeable with a USB-C adapter, so it's brilliant for what I'm using it for. It is just a little bit of decoration, and like I say, we are jumping up a little bit of a price point here. So if you do think it's too high, maybe have a little look at the lower end ones as well to see if they would do you. Or if you have a little bit more money to spend, you can have a look at the 64 offering that they now have. I think it's a great little addition. I really do like it, and just because it's that customizable, it'll always be something that I'll, tweak and improve upon, I suppose. The next on our list I've kind of grouped together. They are miniatures or replicas of 80s tech or arcade machines, kind of like Polybius sits beside me here. Now this isn't a recreation, it's just a sort of a miniature of a machine that didn't exist. But what we're talking about is the likes from Numbskull and New Wave Toys. The likes of your Replicades from New Wave Toys and the Quarter Arcades from Numbskull. Now these range in prices. You can sometimes pick up the New Wave Toys ones on sale for about £99 depending on the model, and they go up in price. New Wave Toys probably ends out at about £170, £180 for their newer stuff that comes in, and for Numbskull you're looking in the 200s to 250 for their new stuff as well. But they are really well made. They're very good wooden construction on them. The attention to detail from both companies is absolutely fantastic. Numbskull do sort of keep towards the Quarter Arcades at the moment, just the machines. However, New Wave Toys have done a number of different replications of other bits and pieces, such as the M90 that I also have. It's a great, that's the M90 mini model. There is a micro version as well, and it's a Bluetooth speaker in the form of an M90 Ghetto Blaster. Like I say, attention to detail, fantastic. All the little moving parts. You'll definitely not be disappointed with them, but I will say that you don't pick these up for playing them. They are definitely Decor. I don't think you're going to be able to play the replicated machines. They are more for display purposes, and they are really, really cool and addictive to collect as well. I will warn on that one. The final thing and most expensive item on our list are these. It's the Nano Leaf. Now, they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. The one behind me are the hexagons. They mount on the wall or any surface that you're wanting to put them on. They all link together. They're very easy little adapters to be able to put them together. They are pricey. Now, I picked this up in a Black Friday sale on Amazon a few years back. And I got them for an absolute steal, if you ask me. I think I got the whole thing for $150. Now you're looking at about 200 plus for a set of 15 like that one. Like I say, there are different shapes and sizes and everything like that that you could want. They all clip together. The hexagons go with the triangles and the smaller ones and things like that, so you can mix and match. They are really cool. There are alternatives out there as well, such as Gove and maybe cheaper ones as well. The Nano Leaf at the time were the market leaders. They link into my Stream Deck in front of me. There are an active community that is bringing out all different sort of light shows and things like that. I also use them as the sort of the backlight or the blacklight that pops the colors on the floor, which is why I usually have them running like that. They work really well. They just add so much of a retro feel, and they're infinitely configurable. You can put them in any pattern that you can come up with. The community is always coming out with new designs or color combinations and things like that. You can find anything that you want. I really went for, you know, the purples and blues of the 80s retro kind of vibe, and that's what I get out of it. That's what I love about these things. They are the most expensive bit of decor outside of the arcade machines. I'm not classifying them as decorations. This is purely sort of aesthetic things, and they just meet the mark really, really well. They are pricey, but if you can get them in a sale, I really think they are worth it. Anyway guys, we have reached the end of the list. Like I say, I will put links in the description below to the individual items. I also try and keep a little storefront going on Amazon for anything that I've picked up and think is a really good addition. Head on over there as well and you can have a little look. You might be able to grab something that's on offer, add it to your wish list at least, and use Camelizer to keep an eye on the price. Is always a good idea in case something drops, because Amazon isn't the greatest for letting you know when something's on offer. And if you have any suggestions yourself for bits and pieces that could add to the decor, please put them in the comments. Myself, I'd love to know, and I'm sure anyone else watching it out there would love some more tips and pieces of things they could pick up. Anyway guys, thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye for now.